What's going on, guys? Back for another video today. Today's video is going to be a little different. It's not going to be a break like my normal videos. Today we're going to be going over some of the things I would suggest doing just to try to receive the highest possible grade if you're going to send your cards into a grading company such as PSA, Beckett, or GMA. It can greatly improve the value of your card if you get them graded from a reputable one such as PSA or Beckett. GMA so far does not, excuse me, there's a car horn honking, but GMA doesn't raise the value quite like Beckett or PSA. So if you're really trying to resell your cards or something like that, I would definitely suggest going PSA or Beckett. They are a lot more expensive and take a lot longer though, is some of the cons. All grading companies have pros and cons, whether it's the different types of slabs, the difficulty of their grading process, things like that. But so for me personally, I will be sending my personal collection cards, ones that I know I plan to keep, to GMA just to have slabbed up. And then my high-end cards, the ones I potentially would keep or potentially sell, I will always send to PSA or Beckett. Personally, I'm doing PSA this time. So here's some tips and tricks to help you guys receive the highest possible grades. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is thick cards like this. While they do look really cool in slabs, even like this one or even my Joe Burrow one right here, although they look super, super cool in slabs, I would probably suggest not getting them graded and instead putting them in, they have magnetic hard cases like this. It's like a lot better version of a top loader. I would instead buy those and put them in there because you guys probably can't see, but you know, it's just super easy to get small little dings in them, scratches, the corners, just considering they're big cards. So they probably won't grade super well. And I mean, if they do, yeah, it can increase the value of the card, but like as it is, the card's gonna sell for a good amount raw. So if you protect it in that with the auto, it's still gonna go up in value. And in my opinion, it's just not worth it to get them graded. You're probably not gonna get a very high grade on them. Second thing I'm gonna suggest is sending in multiples of raw cards. So right here we have Nico Mannion, which I will not be sending in, considering he's like back and forth between the G League and the NBA. But I'd still, if I was to send him in, I would be sending in multiples of his cards. Like with Bo Bichette, I send in multiple of his Topps Chrome cards, or Gavin Lux, or just somebody like that, Luis Robert. And what this will do, it'll make filling out the paperwork a lot easier. You can either do it paperwork or on the computer, depending what grading company you're sending it into. And your odds of at least one of them getting a 9 or 10, I feel like are slightly improved. And always send your worst card first. So let's see. So like, here's a good example. So like this one, the corner's slightly smashed right there, little white showing. I would put this one on top and put your best two cards next. So like these two I'd put next. So that is my biggest suggestion as far as sending in multiples like that. And how you would do that would be, first things first, invest in a magnifying glass with LED so you can inspect the card and then take it out of its case. I put all my cards in top loaders, the important cards at least, top rookies, stuff like that, into top loaders and penny sleeves. So you take them out in just the penny sleeve, inspect them, and then if they look good from there, you would take it out again, use a microfiber cloth, wipe your card very gently, and then re-inspect it with this, the LED magnifying glass, just to make sure there's no scratches, dings, print lines, things like that. That'll definitely help ensure you're only sending in your top cards and not cards that have scratches in them and are guaranteed not to get 10s. The next thing you'll want to do is put them in a new penny sleeve. Don't put them back in the old one because it could have dust in it. Put them in a new penny sleeve, and then instead of sending them in a top loader, they prefer it if you send them in one of these semi-rigid card sleeves. You can buy it on Amazon. I bought a big pack of 200 right here from Asian Cards, and it makes them pretty simple. As you can see, this Nico Mannion right here, these two right here are just in top loaders while this one is in the semi-rigid sleeve. And it just makes it a lot easier for them to take it in and out. And you want to make it as easy on them as possible. They have a ton of cards to do, and I'm sure they will appreciate that. Could potentially help you get a higher grade. So those are pretty much my top tips. And another thing I would suggest to newer people into the hobby, cards that you think are worth a good amount, always make sure you're checking them on eBay before you plan to send them in to get graded, because there's many times when, you could have a card you think super valuable that's really, like a $10, $15 card, which is still a good card, don't get me wrong, but it's not a card you're going to want to be sending in, paying the $15 to get graded, waiting 6 months, and then you barely increase your value of your card. You have to make sure it is worth it monetarily to get your actual cards graded. If you want to just have get them graded just to get them graded, you think they look cool, or you want to for your personal collection, that's where companies like GMA, in my opinion, really shine, because they also do a good job of grading, but it's just way more cost effective. And even though they don't resell as much, if it's a card you're going to keep in your PC, or you just maybe selling among friends or things like that, it's not as big of a deal, and you'll get it back way quicker. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully this will help you guys get some more tins in your collection to either resell or to keep. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Comment down below if any of this helped you, or some of the cards you plan to send in to get graded. And hope you guys are all having a great day. Thank you.